Let's open the floor to our champion to have his first question. If you guys have questions, start thinking about them real quick, and we're going to let Sugar talk with you guys, all right? And if you have questions for us too, let us know who the question is prefaced for. Go ahead, Ben.
Okay, so first I knew because from Friday, a lot of the questions were about the host season, so I knew I had to do my research on that area.
That's perfect. I love that.
So I knew I had to do a little digging. I don't know. My question, I guess for anybody is like, what's been the best part of your experience coming after being on the island?
Sugar, you go ahead and go first.
After or on?
After. Like after being on the show, like what's been your best experience?
Well, I mean, I got to do a bunch of cool stuff, and I get to see everybody at like events and do charities and things like that. But I guess, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's kind of a weird haze when you first come out, and you're kind of weird. I mean, the longer you're on, the crazier you are for a while. But I think, I guess when you meet famous people and they're like, oh my God, you're Sugar, I love you. And I'm like, oh my God, I love you. What? And that was, things like that were like the best part, I guess. Yes. But I live in Los Angeles, so we run into people.
Right. Aaron, go ahead.
No, just for me, just the best part of being on was just being on. Like after the fact, just kind of pinching myself and understanding like, wow, you're part of this fraternity, a sorority of 500 and some odd people who have played the game of Survivor. So for me, it's just a really cool thing to be a part of, and I can cross it off my bucket list.
Wow,
yeah.
I love that. The best part for me, I think, was I don't know. I feel like the best part, other than getting to watch it, for me, it was like meeting, like I know like we're hosting everything, like me and Aaron are the hosts, like this is our show, right? But I have just as many questions for people like Sugar as y'all would have. So I think this is probably the best part for me. Like I get to be a part of the family and get to ask questions, and it's not weird, I guess, you know? Like I have so many, the most. Super fan, love Sugar, so happy she came on.
The alumni
family.
Jamal.
Oh yeah, I'd echo that. Like I went to a watch party with Jeremy at the first episode of this season, and I'm standing in line waiting to talk to Jeremy because I'm like a fan of his, and I'm like, oh man, I get to talk to Jeremy, it's so cool. And these two girls were like, oh my God, it's Jamal, like I want to talk to you. And I'm like, why do you want to talk to me? We're here for Jeremy. So I was doubly a fan and someone people wanted to see at the same time. It's crazy.
I love that. Wow.
Good stuff. Who's got the next question? Raise your hands. Questions. All right, I got you, Felipe. Go ahead.
I was hella late. My internet was having issues, like Bryce was having on Friday. But would you do another reality show like The Amazing Race, The Challenge, or is it Survivor next round only?
Sugar, you take it first.
Yeah.
To me, I was an actor for 9 years before I did Survivor. And then I did another reality show after that.
What did you do?
So,
what did you do after?
I would prefer not to do reality shows, but if one happened to be around that I was asked to do, and it was kind of a good fit at the time, then I guess I would do it.
Can you give us the list of the shows you were on, Sugar? Like all the shows you did, or like a couple?
Like TV shows?
Yeah, definitely.
That people would remember? So most people would just remember me from Gilmore Girls if they know me from Survivor also, like the crossover. Mostly there's some crossover there. But
I love that.
I was on Weeds. I was on a bunch of little shows. When I was young, when I was 19, I was on a show called For Your Love on the WB. And I was like a runaway bad girl sister of C.D. Pfeiffer.
Wow.
It was like, it was like, a real TV show. So I was like, nobody apparently watched Gilmore Girls on my season because I'd already done that. And
oh yeah,
on that
I didn't
season,
think
I was,
about that.
Dating Milo Ventimiglia. Yeah, it was like
a
pretty good little arc. And
my wife's a big Gilmore Girls fan.
To make out with Milo.
Were you scared to be out there? And then, because who was that? I think Sunday on her season, people recognized her as like the cute kid from that show. So were you?
No, Lisa. It was Lisa.
Lisa, yeah. So did you have a strategy that you were gonna work in to to kind of like, if you did recognize me, lie?
I didn't really think anybody would.
Okay.
And I told them I was a Marilyn Monroe impersonator and a 50s diner waitress.
Oh.
And yeah, so I never told them I was an actor until the end. But Lisa, she was on I remember Lisa, and that was kind of like, I was kind of young for that show. Like that was a huge show, Facts of Life.
Facts of Life, yeah.
Like she must have known everybody would recognize her. How would she not be recognized?
Right? Yeah, exactly.
I posted some, but like, who is it? Mike Smith? Isn't that his name? Right?
Mike White?
From 37?
Oh,
Mike White?
Mike White.
Yeah, I was already, Mike White, right. So I already watched him in a bunch of movies on like weird, obscure indie movies and stuff. And so when he came on, I was like, dang, are we just doing like celebrities every season?
Right, yeah.
One after her. And then I don't know if he was the next season, but I was just like, oh, it's crazy. But out here meeting a lot of people, like, it's crazy how many people love this show and like want to be on it, like celebrities that want to be on the show.
Crossover, yeah, Kobe.
And ask a lot of questions all the time and stuff. It's, yeah, I mean, people love it. It's a good show. It's crazy. It's the human like guinea pig test challenge thing. I don't know.
Great question.
It'll mess you up. So anyway.
Next, who was it? Felipe, then Justin?
Justin, yep. What's up, Justin?
My question for any of you guys is, would you want to play Survivor again? And if so, who would be the person that you would want to like play with? Anyone from the history of the show?
Oh, okay. Sugar, please take the floor.
Well, I guess I would probably, it's like, this is impossible now because this is never going to happen, but I would have loved to play with Sandra. I did play on a season with Sandra, but I was the first one out that season. So I didn't get, because she was on the villain tribe, I was on the heroes tribe. I never got to play with her, but
right.
I would have so been like with Courtney and Sandra that season.
Oh, I love that. Jamal?
Once we got to merge, if I could have gotten to merge.
Awesome. Yeah, no, this is my alliance right here. Like, if we go out again, let's just run it. Let's just run it.
All right, guys. So when we hang up on this Zoom call, let's kick Jamal out and let's vote him out first. Yeah,
all right.
Of the four of us. Aaron, you gotta answer.
All right. Me, yeah, I would say, yeah, I'd definitely play again. And Joe England, I'd want to play again.
Oh, Meat Shield.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Meat Shield. I think following that, I would want bigger guys. I would want bigger guys, and then one girl, somebody like Michaela. You'll always notice Michaela, I think, before you notice me, maybe. So I want a girl like her to kind of take some heat off of me, probably. And then I'll slit her throat. Good question, bro.
Yes.
Who else?
Done.
Who else? Sharky, I got you. You're up.
Okay, here's like somewhat deep of a question. Like, what do you guys want anything more from Survivor? Like to find like an idol or to like find yourself a little more or something like that?
Oh, so like bucket list things that we didn't get to accomplish type thing?
Yeah.
Beautiful question, Sharky. Go ahead, Sugar.
In the game of Survivor?
I think you can like be very like
something
just something that a bucket list moment from Survivor
it's
that you
so
wish
deep,
would
I
happen.
may not even get it. No, I saw both ends of the rainbow. I was like there all the way, and then I was the first one out. So like, I mean, the only other thing I could do is in between, and I imagine that would be kind of terrible too, because then you're like in the jury and you're like,
yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, pretty shitty. Yeah. Go ahead.
Fine. I was fine with my.
I love that.
It taught me a lot, so I can't imagine getting more out of it.
Yeah. I would have liked to be on the right side of the vote more. That would have been nice. That would have been a lot of fun, I think, to like actually know who was getting voted out a little more. And then the family visit. I would have loved to get that. That would have been nice.
Yeah. So for me, I missed 2 items on my bucket list. Loved ones visit. I wanted to have my wife come out, and then obviously to win, or final 3. So final 3 was a bucket list. If I made it there, obviously if I lost because I couldn't plead my case, then so be it. But yeah, so final 3 and loved ones.
Wow. Okay. My bucket list, I think, is like really weird. I wanted to play back to back because like I've seen so many players like Michaela, Zeke. I want to say Joe at some point, But
Malcolm.
Malcolm. So yeah, I think I wanted to play back to back, especially when I was out there. I don't know if it was on my list to start, but once I got out there, I was like, I'm obsessed with doing this. I'd love to stay. And then first thing on my list was the necklace. So I got the necklace, very excited. And I think that's it. Loved ones would have been cool, but I think I wanted to make the seats more. If I would have made the final 3 seats, obviously you get the loved ones visit. So I think make the seats, earn a necklace, play back to back. Beautiful question. Thank you, Charlie.
Good stuff. Anybody else?
That would make
Anybody
you
else?
crazy. Don't do it. You wouldn't want
Kyle, I got you. Brandon, I got you
Right.
next.
It would
Go ahead,
make
Kyle.
you crazy.
Yeah, no, I know that now, but like when you're a fan, you're just like, oh, I want to do it because they did it. No, I don't think I want it anymore now that I've seen everything. Yeah, couldn't do it.
Kyle, you're up, brother.
My question is, you've all made it to finals either as a juror or still in the game. What was Ponderosa like after Final Tribal? Like, was it a giant party? Was it not?
Sugar, go ahead, Sugar.
What was it like for you, Sugar?
Yeah.
People that don't make the jury, they just go party in Fiji. So I don't.
No,
they wouldn't be there. Half of them. No.
After Final Tribal Council. After your Final Tribal Council.
Oh, what happens right after?
Yeah.
They put us in a car with a psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist says, these are the 3 things that you don't want to change for the next year of your life. You don't want to change where you live. You don't want to change who you're dating, and you don't want to change what you do for a living or your job or where you work or whatever, because you think you're making great decisions, but you're not. And I changed all of those things, but that's all right. I bounced back eventually. Married a stranger. Anyways, yeah, I was completely bonkers after that. It was like took a while.
Right. Yeah.
So that's
Did you
why
guys have a?
like,
Did you guys have a
I
party?
want to play back to back. I'd be completely.
Guess not.
People hang out in Fiji and just like drink and hang out at a hotel that's not in the jury. And then what we did when we got the final 3, we just go there and eat with everybody that's there and have drinks or whatever. But I shaved like with 4 different razors. I think I used like 4 disposable razors. It was
that first night.
Crazy. I was like, there's so much layers of dirt. And we were in Africa. We didn't have the water as much as like beach season. So
yeah, I didn't think
we
about
were
that.
like just like caked. Oh my God. I can smell people when they go outside for 5 minutes and they come back inside if it's hot. And I'm like, oh God, you smell like you went out like a little boy that went outside or whatever. We must have been so disgusting, you guys. Like literally, like we couldn't smell ourselves. We couldn't smell even each other, I don't think. Like I don't remember smelling everybody else. We were just one big old ball of stink.
Right.
Interesting.
What was
So
the
you
question?
you guys didn't have like a Ponderosa party? Like so after your Final Tribal Council, you guys didn't have a party?
Well, I mean, I guess it was a party. Like everybody fucking hated me, so I don't know. Like, we ate together, and it was fucking awkward. But
Wow.
Oh,
we
it wasn't really a party.
We got
we
A
wilded
lot
out.
of people were very mad still.
Oh yeah, we got fucked up.
We got twisted. We had a dance party. We got lit. Like
Sugar, I was dancing on the ping pong table. Like I was just on top of the ping pong table by myself.
Yeah.
like hungover. The hangover lasted like 5 days. Like that drunk. The flight back from Fiji was awful.
You guys were a much friendlier season. It was much friendlier.
Well,
you guys seem to all really love each other.
So for us, I mean, we're all super fans of the show, so we all knew like it was just a game for the most part, right? I mean, there's a little bit of animosity here and there.
I think we were just so happy to be done that last night. Like I would have been partying with my worst enemies, and I just wanted to be I just wanted alcohol and good food. Last night, we get to go home tomorrow. I don't think we probably cared. So yeah, everybody was a good sport about it.
Yeah.
What was the question though?
It was what happened. What did you guys party or hang out after?
Okay,
your Final Tribal Council. What was your experience?
Thank you. All right, who's next?
Brandon.
Okay.
All right. So my question is for Sugar. So did you like going to Exile because you went there a lot of times, right? And get time away, or did it bother you?
Not at all. Well, I mean, like I went to Exile 5 times, but every time I went, I got comfort because I already had the idol. So I was just sitting there eating fruit and like laughing at them being so stupid for sending me, not knowing that like in a couple of months they're gonna see me eating all this fruit and be all like, damn it. So I mean,
Can you tell us more about
no, I loved it. It was like a spa.
So like
Except
when
for
you were
I did
there,
feel bad towards the end because I was
hey Sugar, when you were on Sugar Shack, like can you walk us through what it was like? Because you were there so much, right? So can you just like walk us through like a normal day in the Sugar Shack? And did you know that people would years later still call it the Sugar Shack?
No, but I'm glad I called it the Sugar Shack. That's cool. It was a spa. It was like the closest, like last night we went and rented a teepee in Topanga Canyon. So it was basically like a cool, like it had like comfort. It had like the pillows and the blankets and the fruit. And like every time I went back, all the other times after the first time when I found the idol, then I got to choose comfort. So it was just like, I'm just like getting a lot of time to think and like deal with my father and all, you know, like him passing and everything. So it was really necessary. I needed that. So I'm so glad that they kept sending me. So it was amazing. Thank you guys.
Good stuff. I think we got that. Brady, so you didn't ask anything. You got any questions, Brady? I see that your camera's turned on finally. You got anything?
Yeah, so my question is, what was the casting process like for each of you, and like what was like the kind of like time frame that you had to face with that?
With casting?
Yeah.
The casting process. And can you give us your Sugars? Because yours were a little bit earlier than ours.
Okay, mine was kind of weird because they found me on a pinup calendar on the internet it was like a vintage retro pinup calendar for like a dog charity. I was with my dog on the cover that season. Like I did 3 different years, and that year I was the cover. They were looking for a girl and her dog for a show called America's Greatest Dog. And I had just moved to New York, and so they flew me and my dog to LA, and I met with them. And and then I was not a good fit for that show. And then I went home, sleep them out. And then they asked me to do Survivor. And I said no, because I think they were just like, wanted me to be the first person out or something. I was like, how much do you guys hate me? And then they sent me 6 seasons. So then I watched them and fell in love and was like laughing and crying. And like, you know, if I don't do this, it's dumb because they're asking me. So it was so freaking easy for me to get cast because I think they were that season looking for very extra different types from each other, because obviously we on that season it was like, you know, Earth's last season, so it's basically like, you know, it was like good versus evil.
So you said no. You said no.
What
You told
happened?
them. You told them no.
At first, then they sent me to 6 seasons, and then I was like, okay, yes, I will do that. That does sound like exactly the kind of experience I needed.
It's crazy. So I think our threes was all probably similar. I would probably say, you know, we submit the video in, you get a call back depending upon, you know, I think Missy got a call back like the next day. I had been in the process for a while, so my casting person told me to submit a tape this season, because I had been in the process, semifinals way back when, finals. So for me, it was make a tape, got a call, go to LA. Spent 5 days out there, and then we got a phone call about a month and a half after we got back.
I actually got picked from an open casting call, so mine's a little different. So I
didn't know that.
Yeah, I went to Mohegan Sun.
You got paid for your open casting call? He's so bad.
Oh, Sugar has to pee. What do we do?
Oh, Sugar, go ahead. Just go ahead.
I can wait. I'm holding it.
We're almost done. I think that was the last question.
Yeah, that's it. I just said I like waited in line for 3 hours.
I got you, Talon.
Did a minute-long video, and then they called me like 2 months later.
Wow.
How much did they pay you?
They didn't pay me. I like, they just said like, hey, we're casting for Survivor at Mohegan Sun on this day, and everyone just went and stood in line to like do a 1-minute video.
But they do pay you if you're alumni.
Yeah, they pay you $5,000 now.
Yeah, if you're alumni, you come back.
To go
and
to
like,
those?
yeah, like hey,
at Mohegan Sun at the casino they do. Yeah.
Wild.
I did that shit for free one year, so I will be calling Mohegan Sun.
right?
Mohegan.
Like,
Yeah,
call me
Mohegan.
right now. All right, Talon, finish us off.
Talon, go ahead,
After my
brother.
tears.
All right, my question for y'all. If you had to make a Mount Rushmore with 4 of your favorite / greatest players, who would they be?
Go ahead, Sugar, and then you can run to the restroom.
Oh man. Well, they already made one for her, so Sandra. I mean, like greatest players. These are like people I like. I like Courtney.
That's
I like
fun.
Dragon Slayer. I like I mean, I don't know. I like Rupert, even though he didn't help me for shit in Heroes vs. Villains. But whatever, still like him.
Okay, so
I can't give you a
Sandra,
definitive answer. There's too many people to pick from.
I like that. All right, go ahead, Jamal.
Yeah, there's just so many, but the first ones that come to mind is definitely Jeremy. That's an easy one. Jeremy goes right up there. Yule, I think, is an incredible player. I would love to play with him. Sarah Lucina goes up there for me. And then I'd probably round it out with like a Michaela, someone who didn't win.
Wow.
Like a badass. So
Okay,
badass.
just to preface this, guys, I think Jamal would have worked with me in our season just because he loved Michaela so much. I really think that
The only reason.
that's the only. Can we kick him out of the Zoom
No,
chat, please?
It's not the only reason. It's not.
Oh, it's not the only. I was like, what? All right, thank you, sir. Aaron.
For me, I'm gonna go my man Tony. So he would have been on it before this season, but he's cemented himself on there.
Oh yeah.
Parvati is gonna go on there. Sandra's gonna go on there, and then my last one would be Jeremy. I'm a big Jeremy fan, and he's made the merge 3 times, so
It's a good group.
pretty legit.
Is it narcissistic to put yourself on there, Talon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not on it. I'm gonna take you off right now. You're not on it.
Yo, Sugar said I can, so I'm gonna put myself on my own. If I make it Mount Rushmore, I want to be on it. You know what? I'm gonna put myself on there. I like me.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I love that. I'm gonna put. I think I'm biased. I think it would just be like my friends. So I think it would be just a mountainside of all the faces of all the people that I like hanging out with. So I'm sure Wendell will be up there. Throw Bryce up there. Aaron might go up there, but we chisel him off, because he's, how Aaron is. Yeah, I think Kim is my favorite player of all time. Stop, Sugar. You get the whole wall, Sugar. The whole mountain on the other side is just Sugar. Don't do that. It's just Sugar. It's just the Sugar.
Laying down. Kind of stop.
Good question, bro.
Good question. I think that's everybody. So the winner, Ben. So you won. You cannot participate in any future events until our winners event. But everybody else, feel free to reapply and resubmit. Ben, if you can just post your email in the chat, and then if you guys can all post your Instagram handles as well, that way we can tag you in the video. So if you can just, every single person that's competing right now, if you can just post your Instagram handle and then just dip out. It's been fun. It's been real. Hope you guys have a great week. Everybody stay safe out there. And Sugar, stay. Sugar, if you can hold tight. And then
so smack.
Yeah.
Also,
good game, guys. Good game.
Please DM
everybody
my Instagram handle so I can get some feedback to make this better.
Yeah, please hit up Logan if you have anything to make the game better for us. Thank you guys for playing. Keep applying. The link is going to go back out sometime next week. Just keep checking back on my Instagram page. You'll see the swipe up. All right, y'all.
All right, guys. So Sugar, can you hold tight? Logan, hold tight.
Yes. Bye, Brandon. Bye, Talon. Bye, Kyle, Justin, Charky. Who else? I think that's everybody.